Welcome back to Blue Skies. I'm gonna make this intro short, mainly because we can hurry this up faster if we make it shorter. We can go through the story faster, as well as we can make. I can record another episode and then work on some other stuff afterwards. Because I still have homework to do for biology. Anyway, let's just jump in. Man, I'm sorry I had to. Man, it's days like these where I really wish I would that I really. Yeah, I know. It's supposed to. I think it's supposed to say wish. Wish my dad was around. I'm sure he's experienced all the nervousness associated with asking a girl out. Relax, Hope. Relax. You just ask your childhood best friend to be your girlfriend. No big deal, right? Who am I kidding? Of course it's a big deal. Why did all those websites online? What did all those websites online say? Be yourself. Relax. Just relax. Be yourself. Be confident. Wow, some advice that was. I'm just blanking on Emmy's intuition being correct. Please be correct. Please be correct. Please be correct. It has gone rather cold these days, hasn't it? Definitely. Winter is such a pain. It definitely makes waking up for tennis practice a little harder. It does have its upsides, however. It really makes for perfect weather to snuggle up inside with a soothing hot chocolate and a nice book. And seeing all the snow softly fall during the night is really relaxing too. Although, it all gets ruined the next day when people walk through it. Having end of semester exams is such a drag too. I can't help but tuning out their conversations. Today has been going so slowly, although all throughout class this morning I can barely concentrate. I just realized they're moving because they're speaking. Uh, I need my drink. I'm out of drink. I've been picturing how I imagine the conversation with Sayori will go down. Safe to say, it'll definitely been the focus on my mind. Emmy's showing me knowing look every so often doesn't do much to staunch the whirlwind of uncertainty in my head. In a club room, we just finished discussing fairy poems, and I can't wait for the session to end. And people get really mushy around Christmas time as well. You know, like cuddling up together, holding hands, all that stuff. Yuck. You say that like it's a bad thing, Natsuki. Come on, it'd be lovely to have someone warm me up when the nights are cold. Don't you think? Hmm. Is this a hint? Or me totally misinterpreting? I don't know, man. That sounds kind of like a hint. No way. I can see where both of you are coming from, actually. I mean, sorry. I can see where both of you are coming from, actually. On one hand, the physical intimacy might be quite nice. Although, I have to admit, public displays of affection can be a bit overwhelming. Yeah, especially when couples start playing tonsil tennis with each other. Wait, what's that? Monica laughs. Interesting way to put it, Natsuki. I'm gonna do some Googling. Because I got no idea. Wait a minute. No, I'm not gonna Google it. I don't know what the fuck I'm thinking. Anyway. Wait. Now I wonder what it is, though. Can you anyone in the comments tell me what that means? I'm dumb. Anyway. I'm right, though. Save that stuff when you're at home. What about presents? That's something else that makes Christmas so enjoyable. Buying gifts for others and seeing their reactions. That's definitely a rewarding feeling, especially when they really like your choice. Don't you think, Hope? Don't mind me, just trying to figure out how you asked out to my girlfriend. Oh yeah, everything's fine. You know, trying not to figure out the best way to ask. I'm trying to figure out the best way to ask you to be my girlfriend. Oh yeah, just trying to decide what to get you guys for Christmas. That's all. Back in my brain, I definitely try to follow up on what had been said. Let's see. I've had to get you a present, Monica. What would you ask for? Can't buy you a piano though. Sorry. Well, that'd be telling, wouldn't it? It'd ruin the mystery. Well, you're always busy with a billion things going on at once, right? So, I don't know, maybe a diary, or a planner, or something. Or a tennis racket. I have no idea. Those aren't bad ideas, actually. It's always difficult buying presents for someone. Especially if it's someone you don't know particularly well. You could do with a watch, Monica. A watch? Why? Well, you could do with the free time. That was a bad pun, and I hate myself that I had to say it. One day, Sayori's jokes will get a little funnier. Ah, finally. The school day sure does take its sweet time. While it did drag on, I'd be lying if I said I was ready for what was about to come. Hey, Sayori. Um, are you busy after school today? Nope. Well, apart from homework, but I didn't get much today. Okay, well, I nervously scratched the back of my neck. Sayori eyes me curiously. Do you think we can hang out a bit today, after school? Please don't pick up on the desperation in my voice. Sure, my place is yours. Yours sounds good. Okay, we haven't spent much time together after school in a long time. What made you change your mind? Not that I'm complaining. Want to make a shoot suspicion that she knows my plan and is just going along with it just to watch me squirm. Nothing. Oh, you don't have a Christmas tree to decorate. You don't have a Christmas tree for us to decorate, do you? It's barely mid-November, Sayori. A bit too early for that. Aww. Any, what do you want to do, Hope? I don't selfie for a human heart to beat this fast. Well, I wanted to tell you something, Sayori. Okay, what's up? It's now or never. Well, I don't really know the best way of saying this. Sayori, she's just sitting there, practically waiting for me to speak. There's a bit of anticipation lurking in those blue eyes of hers. Taking a deep breath, I stare at the floor and let my mouth talk before my brain has a chance to catch up. Look, Sayori, I really like you, and I'm really sorry that this changes everything between us because I really value our friendship, and I wouldn't want to ruin anything or anything. So, by the way, that's the way I speak whenever I try to confess to someone. Then I have my ex confess to me because I was too much of a bitch. Anyway, I'm calling myself a bitch, by the way. I'm saying like I'm too much of a bitch to confess all the time because I always know like for feel I will get rejected even when they do like me back. I do feel like I can't say it because my mind says you're gonna get rejected. This ain't gonna be good for you. Fuck you. Anyway, I guess it's ever since we were kids, I've always been drawn to you, and seeing you again after all these years has really been really nice, and I'm glad we got get along. Like the huge gap in our history was never there. I really like you, Sayori, in that way. And well, I was just wondering how you felt like. Do you feel the same way, or I'm actually like a fucking teenager, and I'm fucking nearly 22. Yeah, this video comes out like 4 days before my birthday. I'm gonna turn 22. Holy shit, I'm old. I trail off into another thing, just cringing how pathetic my confession must have sounded. So much for being confident. Wait. No, yeah, this one comes out on the 22nd. Pretty sure. The silence is getting overwhelming. Lifting my eyes off the safe haven to the floor, I force myself to meet her gaze. The expression on her face is hard to read. She's smiling, but at the same time, there's definitely a hint of sadness in her eyes. I should have seen this one coming. I guess it's really my own fault. Huh? Fault? What do you mean? I was selfish. What, how? I really like you too, Hope. I should be feeling relieved, happy even, after hearing those words. Yet I can feel like something is terribly amiss. I think I always have, even when we first met. She smiles warmly at me, but there are tears forming in her eyes that trickle down her face as she blinks. You've always been so nice to me, even when I didn't deserve it. Even after we drifted apart, you're still willing to talk to me, to see how I was doing. You took an interest in my club, even though I didn't think you'd enjoy literature. And at first, I was a little unsure. I wasn't even sure if things would be like how they were when we were kids. Deep down, I was hoping they would. And over time, I guess I got my wish. Because they did. Your jokes, your personality, just by being around you. Every day was a walking reminder of easier times. I don't get it, Sayori. If you like me too and you're happy with me being around, what's the problem? She shakes her head. It's not that easy. You don't understand. Of course I don't, Sayori. Can you blame me? I can tell there's something going on with you, but every time I try to help, you shut me down. Is it any surprise I don't understand? The day before the festival, you won't even talk about anyone. And the day where you weren't in school, something wasn't right that day. It was just a gut feeling. I've always been able to tell when something is wrong, Sayori, no matter how well you hide it. I really wish you couldn't. That horrible nightmare you had. You know some of the things you were saying? You think you're useless? That you don't want to do it anymore? What are you talking about? Please, Sayori, just tell me. What's so tiring? What don't you want to do anymore? Why do you think you're useless? Did someone say something nasty to you? I swear to God, someone's been saying stuff to me and I'll go You're right, Hope. There is someone. I clench my fist as hard as my nails, dragging my palm. Who? It's me. I blink, stupefied. That was the last response I expected to hear. Ew. Why on earth is that meant to mean? You're saying stuff to yourself? We're going around in circles here, Sayori. Please, enough with the mysteries and vague answers. I've been honest with you. What could this horrible dark secret be that makes you so useless and unlikable? Depression. For the second time tonight. I'm in complete loss of words. Huh? There. That's my secret, Hope. You're depressed? I've had depression for most of my life. Oh. Oh my God, Sayori. That was probably the most lackluster response I could have given you. I'm sorry. Don't be. I wouldn't have expected you to know how to respond. She gives a short, humorous laugh. I don't know what to say. I had no idea. I never would have known you. You always seem so happy, cheerful, but I don't get it. I thought you were so happy. Alright. Normally, I'm not gonna end the episode here. I'm just gonna do this for now. I'm not ending the episode, don't worry. Sorry, this is bringing me back. I mentioned this before in, like, Relapse, am I right? Was it Relapse or was it another episode of Blue Skies from earlier? About feeling alone? No, yeah, it was Blue Skies. It was like the festival episode, am I right? When it comes to a lot of this stuff, that's appearing in Blue Skies, I relate a lot to Sayori right now. Because, growing up, like, I always said I was a reclusive kid. Well, in my mind, what my mind always told me was I was recluse. Even though I had a lot of friends growing up. Well, I don't count them friends now, considering how they are now. But, yeah, growing up, although in my mind I was recluse, I had friends. But I was similar to how Sayori is to the character. I was that cheerfully bubbly friend that would do anything to make everyone smile, even through all my pain. And I guess after high school, like right before high school started, I eventually cracked and started showing my true self, which is when around the same time I started losing a lot of those friends I gained from elementary to middle school. And that's when I actually became the recluse person that I grew up to be. But yeah, sorry if I hit my mic, yeah, so I can relate to Sayori in this because I am similar. But eventually, it broke me mentally because I just couldn't handle that fake, happy person I pretended to be for everyone. I just couldn't handle that anymore. I'm not gonna lie, I cried because I realized how much of even to this day, even with all the friends I made with Beanie and Walker and Fran and Chris, I still might see myself as the reclusive kid. I still might see myself as useless, a burden, everything. And I use a lot of those emotions into pretending into my comedy. I use them to make a lot of self-deprecating jokes, a lot of these comments about myself, how much I hate myself in a sense. And Although I am using them as jokes, I am, I just personally can't. When someone tells me that, even though and they're my friend, even though I know they're joking, my mind makes me think that this is their true feelings, that they don't really care, even though I know they do care. So I'm not really the best when it comes to this kind of stuff. So yeah. Anyway, let's get back to the story. Uh, I don't, I don't get it. I thought you were so happy. She sighs as tears slowly leak down her cheeks. No, Hope. I never was. It was just a mask. I'm really trying to keep it up. Her voice wavers as she speaks. Fresh tears fall down her face, but unlike the day of a nightmare, she makes no attempt to hide them. Her secret has been laid bare. Every day, waking up, getting ready, walking to school, all the things that people take for granted. And it's been so scary, so difficult. I was so scared at any moment. I'd let my mask slip, and you'd see the real me. So, that's what you were referring to when you said it was tiring. That you don't want to do it anymore. She nods sadly. And all the other things too, like waking up and eating too. I don't have the energy to cook actual meals. So that's why you order pizzas and other junk food. God, it's all coming together now. And the whole thing has been so bittersweet. Seeing you again, hanging out like we used to. Pogs. For the fucking motorcycle drove by my house. Anyway, hanging out just like we used to. For the first time in what seems a long time, I felt something that felt alien to me. Happiness. It wasn't much, but it was something. Enough to help me through these days. Like when you warmed my hands up. I felt so bad for asking you to help, but sometimes I just couldn't help it. Wait, let me pause recording. I'm getting a phone. So I paused at the right time because that there was a fan phone call, but someone was literally playing copyrighted music outside my house, so that was the best timing for me. Anyway, I felt so bad for asking to help, but sometimes I just couldn't help it. It felt so hard fighting against what your heart wants, and and as I started to like you, it terrified me. But why? Because it was getting harder and harder to resist being selfish. Selfish, selfish, and dragging you into my mess. You shouldn't be bothered with someone like me. Part of me wondered if being so miserable would put you off. Another sad smile. But it didn't seem like you minded. No, you really stuck around and tried your best to comfort me, even though I was horrible to you and kept you at a distance. Now here we are, in a situation that I want and fear the most. I'm worthless, Hope. I couldn't care less for myself. I just want the others to be happy. And now I messed that up, because now you know about my depression. And knowing you'll definitely worry. I really couldn't win either way. I'm so sorry for dragging you into this, Hope. I tried so hard. But with you here, telling me you like me too. Her voice is a mess at this point. A whirling mess of tears and anguish. For once, I just wanted to embrace that selfishness and be your girlfriend. It's almost like another person who looks like Sayori has been talking. No, this isn't. This is like a different person. As she spoke, I was sinking further and further in disbelief. How could it be my happy, carefree childhood friend was harboring such a sad secret? You're definitely not selfish at all, Sayori. How could you be? You're one of the most selfless people I know. You make it your duty to make everyone else happy. I could not care about you. You're my best friend, and I'd do anything to make you help me. Again, I'm just so glad you told me about this. Why? just come here. Please don't hug me. Ignoring her cries, I embraced her, holding her close to me. To my surprise, though, she pulls me free and pushes me away from her. I don't know why she had this. I don't know she had this strength. I'm sorry, Hope. I just can't really deal with this right now. Can you please leave? Leave, Sayori. Look what you've just told me. Do you only expect me to just go? Like it didn't mean anything? Yes. I stare at her incredulously. Her resolution doesn't change. All sorts of feelings are rolling around my head right now. I'm still trying to process what she told me. Even after suffering for years, she's still just stubborn? Anger flows through my veins, probably an unreasonable reaction. But at this point, I'm too emotionally charged to listen to rationality. Oh, so that's how it is, huh? I'm allowed to tell you my problems, and you're allowed to cheer me up, but I'm not allowed to help you? What kind of friendship is that, Sayori? You'll never understand. Of course I won't, because you never let anyone in. Is it any surprise I don't understand? I instantly regret raising my voice the moment the words leave my mouth. Just go. Please. Without any choice, I dejectedly comply. Back in my own house, my mind is still racing a million miles an hour. Not that the heat of the moment has passed. I shamelessly realized I probably handled that situation poorly. Yes, it was frustrating to keep being kept in the dark, then having such a huge bombshell dropped on me. Then again, being unable to help. And getting angry at her was the worst thing to do. Man, such an idiot. Ah, god damn it, Emmy. So much for female intuition, eh? Well, there's one person who hopefully should be able to help. Grabbing my phone, I hastily punch in a phone number and hope she's free. Hope, hi. What's up? Mom, I told Sayori how I felt and, didn't go well? Yeah, but not for the reason you think. I don't really know how to put this because I'm trying to process myself, but I'll lay it out. Sayori likes me too, but she couldn't bring herself to act on those feelings because she's depressed. There's a heavy silence for a beat. Depressed? I know, Sayori of all people. Oh, I see. My goodness, that's awful. Poor girl. I hope she's alright. I really hope she will be. Mom, I acted like such an idiot. What happened? Well, when she told me she was depressed, I tried to comfort her by hugging her, but she pushed me away and told me to leave. And I'm kicking myself. Go on. Her tone is gentle. I got angry at her and raised my voice. I was so frustrated not being able to help her, and I wasn't thinking straight. Oh, darling. You're not an idiot at all. I understand it must have been so frustrating. No, shedding her wasn't the best idea. But it's not like you set out to hurt her, is it? Oh no. It happens during arguments, don't worry. There's so many other things too. She said she feels worthless, she felt selfish, didn't even tell me what's going on. Ah, so that explains why she rejected your hug. They're sighing the other end. Sweetheart, this must be so difficult for you. It must be so overwhelming. Believe me, I know what your situation is like. You do? I won't say it's someone with depression. It wasn't easy. It's one of the hardest things to watch someone we love suffer like that. And we just don't understand it when they say such negative things about themselves. It was horrible, Mom. I didn't even feel like Sayori was talking. I just never saw it coming. I mean, I knew that something was going on with her. But I just thought having days when you're in a low mood were normal, you know? Well, from what I gathered, she's awfully convincing at wearing that facade. If it's any consolation, I don't think anyone would have guessed that she was depressed. Either way, the worst part of depression is possibly that it's just so loud and convincing. It's kind of a horrible tendency to dominate the thought of whoever's got it. And it can be really hard for them to take on the depression into classes. It's an illness, and unfortunately mental illnesses can be just as significant as physical ones. Sometimes I wish this country would recognize. So what can I do with her? What can I do? What do I do? Can I even do anything? You can definitely her out. I didn't mean to make you feel like you were powerless or anything. It's okay. I'm glad you're being honest, I guess. It's just kind of hard to realize exactly what we're dealing with here. So I'll help to be informed, right? You're very mature, Hope. I'm proud of how you're dealing with this. I'm not handling this well at all, Mom. I have no idea how to react. I shouted at her. She was in tears. Would anyone who isn't in a mental health professional know how to deal with what you've been told? Anyway, the most important advice I can give you is not expect a quick fix. Depression isn't something that can be fixed with love. It isn't your job to fix her, but you can still help her. I was starting to think that I was totally useless here. Of course not, darling. She loves you as well, don't forget. It won't be all doom and gloom. You'll have days where things will be normal, days where she isn't faking her mood. But then you'll have days where she won't have the energy to get out of bed, days where she won't feel like talking to anyone. And it's really important that you're as patient and understanding as you can be during those days. Communication is a big one. That goes for any relationship, really. It sounds really obvious, but talk to her. Let her know about how she sees the world, and what her thoughts are, feelings, and fears are. There's gonna be problems, there's gonna be fights. Those are healthy and part of any relationship. If something's bugging you, and if something's bothering her, just talk it out. Communication is the key to a successful relationship, believe me. I can't help but laugh. You sound like one of those relationship gurus. It's a mother's job to guide her children, you know. As an aside, never underestimate how helpful it can be to listen to someone's problems and worries. Just having someone listen this can be so helpful. And more than you can realize. Funny you mentioned that, because I was going to ask if Sayori should get a therapist or a doctor. Yeah, I think that's probably for the best. Although things like therapy and medication don't always work for everyone. And it's tempting to see it as a magical fix. But just remember, it'll take time. There's no more I want to discuss, but unfortunately you caught me at a really bad time. At times like these, in particular, I feel awful not being around. It would be nice to see you, Mom. I'm really hoping to come visit soon. And for what it's worth, you're much stronger than you realize, and I'm very proud of you. Just remember that, okay? I'll try. Give it a day or two before you talk to her. By the way, I think she'll need a little bit of time to cool off. I'm sure that if you apologize for getting angry and rationally explaining your side of things, she'll come around. She never stuck me as a girl who can hold a grudge. Emotions were running high, and from what I can gather, so she'll understand it. I know it seems pretty bleak right now, but it'll be okay, Hope. I just know it. I really hope so too, Mom. Just remember that your support will always be as important as what a doctor or therapist can offer her. You've really got such a big heart. Sure how big that heart really is. I love you. Love you too, Mom, and thanks for everything. Anytime. Ring when you need help, okay? Weirdly, I flopped down on the sofa. Feels like such a lot happened in such a short time space. I just hope Sayori and I can patch things up. Yeah. So yeah, that was the most depressing episode I've seen all day. So yeah, we'll deal with that next time. And I got no funny outro this time. That was just mentally draining, because a lot of that kind of brought back a lot of painful memories of my past, and especially with relationship, because I don't think I've never said this at all, I'll be honest, and I'm gonna say it here now. I talk about my ex a lot because I personally feel like it's my fault that she broke up with me. Because I'm always like this all the time. I'm not just some kid who makes jokes about himself. I'm like not mentally stable because of my past and about mentioning dealing someone with depression and the pain to deal with, or the pain to deal with someone who is dealing with mental health, kind of brought back some of those memories. Because now I feel really awful that I caused her so much pain. Anyway, I'm gonna see you guys next time. I need to go cool off. See you guys later. Goodbye.